station. But if you head on over to supertalktv.com on your computer or your mobile device, you will see the most precious photo of Courtney and her Nana. Courtney is joining us today. Her Nana was one of the ones rescued yesterday from the flooding at the Peachtree Nursing Home in Brandon that actually ended up making national news for the record floods that came so fast. And we're getting an update on Nana. Hey, Courtney.
Hey, Rebecca.
How is Nana doing?
She is okay. A lot happened very quickly. And, by this time yesterday, I was picking her up at the Rankin County Safe Room. And, at that point, we thought we had lost everything. But she's doing okay. She's doing okay. A lot of them, 42 of them, they're still just kind of reeling from everything that's happened.
So let's talk about 24 hours ago. I mean, we all knew that it was going to start raining. We all kind of knew that flash flood warnings were happening, but nobody actually thinks that your Nana's going to end up being rescued by first responders in the city of Brandon due to the flooding. Has this ever happened to that nursing home before?
Not that I'm aware of, because that particular place is only like 20, 25 years old, and so nobody had ever said anything like that had ever happened. I didn't even know that there was like a creek way back behind there. But apparently just with all the rain that we got so quickly, and, there's been a lot of construction in that area too, so a lot of mud. Everything happened, according to Nana, everything happened so fast.
Well, which makes it more impressive, Courtney, that they were able to rescue all 42 of them so quickly is because you have tornado drills, you have fire drills. You think through all of those things, but you don't necessarily think through how to get 40 plus, some wheelchair bound, not easy to move around, mature in age and wise in wisdom, adults out. So what did Nana tell you happened next?
So she said that initially she was in her room and was, getting ready to get on with her day. She was going to head down to the lunchroom and said that one of the nurses came in and said, hey, we've got some water coming in the building. Grabbed her wallet, grabbed her phone, and put it in the basket of her walker and said, why don't you come sit out in the hall because we're trying to figure out, if we're going to have to do something, And Nana said, within 20 minutes to a half hour, they were being pulled out with water up to their waist. And she is one of those, she uses a walker. She has Parkinson's, so she has really poor balance. And so she was one of the few that had to be carried out. And then someone else had to bring, her walker and all that onto the bus that they were able to get her onto. I
did read where Nana wasn't that disappointed that she had to be carried out by a fireman, though, right?
No. She was okay with that, strangely. Yeah.
And they say nothing exciting happens once you retire and move on to a nursing home. But we can laugh about it because they're all safe and they're all dry. And it was from the quick thinking of the first responders is there. You wrote a very kind post giving thanks to the staff, first responders, and everybody who came together quickly to make this a safe recovery. What do you say to that?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's so... In Mississippi, we kind of take it for granted that we're like one huge family. And so you see the very best of the hospitality state when something like this happens. And so, the first responders and the training that they receive and whatnot, they were just so quick to respond. But really the staff at Peachtree, those are the ones that are with these people every day. And, they're heartbroken right now because, they had to watch who they consider their family go through a very horrible thing yesterday. And yet these nurses were, carrying medicine and medical information out above their heads as they're wading through this water to try, because they're thinking ahead. They're thinking we have to do what's best for our residents. And many of them, Nana had been at Peachtree since November. We've come to regard them as our own family, just an extension of our family. And so, they were heroes yesterday. I think especially with COVID, we tend, we kind of get sick of hearing the front line thing. We feel like it's overused, but no, yesterday it was real. It was a very real. These people were truly heroic, and their efforts were truly miraculous, in all honesty.
In fact, that it happened so quickly and everyone got out safely. But sadly, in any time you have a natural or weather occurrence like that, things get lost, whether it's in a tornado or a fire or even a flood, there's going to be damage. And while, it was just material things, you're so grateful that it wasn't any lives lost. To those that find themselves in a nursing home, oftentimes it's the most precious things that are left behind or that they take there with them. You also want to keep us in mind about that. So what do you say to that, Courtney?
So, yeah, a lot of the clothes were able to be salvaged. The ones that didn't have like a lot of dirty clothes like in their basket on the floor, a lot of it was able to be salvaged. A lot of wood furniture is going to be chunked. I know Nana lost all of her furniture. A lot of it's just wood furniture, power recliners and stuff like that. But honestly, that's just mildly inconvenient. Once you look at all of it, not to say that it's not devastating, but when you look at what it could have been, okay, yeah, we can handle this. It's going to take some time to recoup some of these losses. I know Nana and 13 other residents from Peachtree have been relocated to another home, which Nana's going to stay with me this weekend. And that facility has already ran out of rental furniture. So you've got a lot that are, going to be scrambling through the weekend to get ready to move into their new place on Monday. But, in the end, it's just stuff, but I understand, too, having things that you've had for 20 years, 50 years, you feel like they're a piece of you, Nana's big thing, thankfully we found it. She had this ceramic frog that she found at a yard sale that she was just in love with. It was just like a little, lawn ornament type thing, and we found it and got it fixed. But it was amazing to see when they reopened the building and family members were able to come in. You saw like true pieces of their personality when you saw what they were leaving with, because it wasn't like the furniture and stuff like that. They were leaving with pictures. They were leaving with, custom-made jackets, that kind of thing. The things that really related to who these people are.
Well, Courtney, we're so glad that Nana and the other residents there at Peachtree and Brandon are all safe. And a big shout out, like you mentioned, to the heroes, the first responders and the nurses there that got them through the water safely. And thank you for your post, too. I think it's good to recognize that there are heroes, in all scenarios, and that oftentimes nursing homes don't always get the best light or, things of that nature. And they really showed the nation, because this got picked up as a national story for sure, watching older people get carried out, which now I'm thinking maybe I saw Nana on the national news this morning being carried out by by her firemen.
Yeah, she's not upset about that situation at all. Yeah, she's more upset about the fact that she didn't get to see her beauty operator before everything was shot yesterday than she is about being carried out by a fireman.
How old is Nana?
86. She just turned 86 in July. So, yeah.
Well, we're wishing Nana the best. And Courtney, I really appreciate your time. I know you got a lot to do taking care of her over the weekend, but maybe we should reunite Nana and the firemen.
Look, if I can figure out which one he is, it's with her balance issues, I probably owe him dinner at this point, because I imagine that they probably responded to her a few times. I told her she needs to quit throwing herself in the floor for a boyfriend.
Nana knows what she's doing, Courtney. You just leave Nana alone. She's got it figured out.
She's playing the system well.
She's playing the system. Well, the system worked well for her yesterday and all the other residents there. Again, Courtney, thank you for your time, and give Nana a big hug for us.
Absolutely.
All righty, you guys stick with us. We got more good things for you coming up next.